broken bones, and more. No appointment needed. X-ray and casting is also available on site. Get faster specialized care from the region's #1 orthopedic provider at Atrium Health Orthopedic Urgent Care. The North Carolina High School Athletic Association welcomes you to tonight's game and reminds you of the NCHSAA's initiative. Sportsmanship. Together we make the right call. The skill of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of the players, coaches, and spectators can result in lifelong memories. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Respect, integrity, and responsibility are values important in our daily lives. On the playing surface, they are translated into the word sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is one of the strongest educational lessons and lifetime values taught by interscholastic athletics. The NCHSAA views athletic participation as an extension of the classroom, where valuable life lessons are taught and learned by student athletes. These lessons are best learned when respect is accorded to all participants, players, coaches, officials, administrators, and other families. Southwestern 7A 8A Conference and Providence High encourage and promote sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Profanity, racial or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and will grounds for removal from the site of competition. The officials for tonight's game are registered by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. All spectators, players, and coaches will help us make the right call by exhibiting good sportsmanship throughout the event, regardless of personal feelings or loyalties during this contest. Sportsmanship. Together, we make the right call. Football fans want to remind everyone about the goodies located in both concession stands on both sides of the field. Go ahead and buy everything up before the end of the first half. All the proceeds benefit the Providence Athletic Club and our student athletes. Also, restrooms are located on the home side, directly underneath the press box, next to and behind the concession stand. Also tonight, women's soccer is selling hot chocolate to fundraise for their season. Come support the program. They have tables at the entrance and on the visitor side. Go Panthers!
New Year's Day and November 20th right now.
February 4th and February 28th. I've got 4 games right now.
Jim is good with me, so
He's good. He's really good.
he knows where to find me.
No, he's a good dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your hats, and remain standing for the presentation of our national's colors and the playing of the national anthem by the Pride of Providence Marching Band. The colors tonight are being presented by the Panther Company of the Providence Navy Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps. The national color bearer is Cadet Ensign Giorgio Birch. The organizational color bearer is Cadet Petty Officer Amelia Chadabanu. The color bearers are Cadet Lieutenant Edwin Bellinger and Cadet Petty Officer Second Class Lamani Pollock.
Let's have some fun.
All right. Have a good broadcast.
Thank you. Let's give it up for the Providence feature man, Ardrey Jr. OOTC. Fans, you want the highlights? You know Charlotte hometown athlete stories? WCCB Charlotte has it all. Here's the spotlight on WCCB 18. Brings you the hustle every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. It is all the football action you wanted at 10:30 with the Blitz, touchdowns, big plays, hard hits, two great shows, one great station. WCCB Charlotte 18. And also streaming on sports.com.
WCCB Charlotte presents your high school football game of the week.
A cool November breeze sweeps through the Charlotte area as fall settles into the Queen City as we welcome you to round one of the NCHSAA high school football playoffs as a rematch of 7 days ago between the Ardrey Kell Knights and the Providence Panthers is set to go on WCCB Charlotte's Game of the Week on this pitch-perfect Friday evening. And good evening, everyone. Alongside Armand Brody, I'm Ford Martin. Thanks for joining us. AB, usually when these kids play Madden or any game, video game, they want to restart or a rematch if you just played someone right there in front of you. Well, these two teams are going to have a rare opportunity to do just that, playing 7 days ago, but tonight it's the playoffs.
And not only is it the playoffs, this is a rivalry game. And because of that, it's going to be important for both these teams to settle down. You've got to play with more poise, be more polished on both sides offensively and defensively. That's something Ardrey Kell felt like they did not do well enough last week. They want to fix that here tonight. They also felt like they missed some opportunities. Meanwhile, Providence cannot rest on their laurels. They just beat this team 28-14 last week, but head coach Wes Ward says we've got to be as focused tonight as we've ever been this season. Expect some wrinkles tonight. I think the key will be who can stay out of predictable third down and long situations. That will be key here tonight.
It's a great night for football as the postseason kicks off tonight. Opening kickoff on our WCCB Charlotte Game of the Week. Knights, Panthers, round one, next.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Back here on campus of Providence, and the Panthers as they made their way through the tunnel. And we are all set for round one of the NHSAA high school playoffs in round one. Going back to 2017, Ardrey Kell leads the series 4-2 since 2017, and Ardrey Kell won 3 straight for 2022 to 24. But 7 days ago, Providence got the better of them in that win here in 28-24, winning that game. Providence won the other game back in 2017, 43-13. AB, any last-minute thoughts here before we get this game underway?
Both teams want to be balanced offensively. That's something to watch. Speaking with both coaches, Greg Jackham on Ardrey Kell's side and Wes Ward on Providence side, watch out for special teams in this game as well. Field position is going to be so important. Also, expect a cleaner game tonight than the game last week because the weather was atrocious. We should have better activity here tonight than what these two teams saw last week.
And Providence in that win, quarterback Luke Meter, 9 for 15, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions with just under a 90 quarterback rating overall. And then as far as Ardrey Kell, Jared Curtis, 178 yards and a couple touchdowns. The kick is underway, and we are underway for round one of the playoffs. And taking this one back one deep, across the 30, breaks one tackle, sheds across the 30 and the 40, and a nice return out near midfield. That's Caleb Vines, who had 14 carries for 76 yards in that opening game, and makes a nice return out to the 45 there, AB.
Folks, you're going to be hearing the name Caleb Vines all night. Look at him break tackles and get to the outside. That physicality, something to underline in this game on special teams. We just talked about special teams being a factor, and here is Vines to provide an early punch for Providence's offense.
So here is Luke Metter, the 6'0 quarterback, and the junior starts things off from the shotgun with Providence in their all blacks. Ardrey Kell in their all white. A quick rush from the edge. He moves left, and he'll just throw that one away. Take a look at our quarterback in Luke Metter. As we talked about, the junior coming off the game, 136 yards, 9 for 15, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in that last game. Was a big factor in that win and that 28-14 over Providence, or excuse me, over Ardrey Kell.
More of a pocket guy, will get out when he needs to, but he really wants to stand in there and deliver the big throw. Not dual threat guy necessarily, wants to stand in the pocket and make the big throws to the outside.
For the shotgun, he'll give to Vines. Vines runs left. Vines, nice play. He cuts to the left side, sidesteps out of bounds. He's across the 50, and it's a Providence first down. Good start to the drive.
Here's the thing about Vines. I mean, you see him with that escapability. He just made an Ardrey Kell defender, I believe that was number 22, Aiden Fong, made him slip there as he raced to the outside. An impressive runner in space. Never want to get a guy like Caleb Vines in space, because once he gets past the first level of the defense, he is trouble.
A three-headed monster, Vines, Matthews, and Metter. 13 combined touchdowns this season. They'll give to Vines again. He'll keep the rock. He'll bounce forward, and we'll get about 5.
We always talk about the offensive line and the running game being the best friend of a quarterback, and so far that's exactly what we're seeing with how they're establishing Caleb Vines early.
2nd and 6, play action and cross, and just too high. Intended there for Chase Taylor. Taylor had 95 receiving yards and a touchdown in that game last week.
Well, Taylor is their slot guy, and he's in the slot on the right side, and just a bit too tall. I tell you, if he's able to bring that one in stride, could have been trouble for Ardrey Kell's defense. Ardrey Kell got lucky that time.
He's 6'0", just need to be 6'1" to maybe come and bring that one down. Here's a 3rd and 6. Meter now under pressure and trying to set up the screen to no avail as he tried to find Westman Johnson. Incomplete. Bring up 4th down, and you're kind of in that zone where you just pretty much got to go for it here.
This is a really good play. Ardrey Kell brings a blitz Julian Almeida, the linebacker, gets right into the face of the quarterback. You see him coming here around the edge. He actually got held there. There was no call. Got held by offensive lineman Lucas Salentis, but did enough to mess that play up and force the fourth down.
Well, they are going to go ahead and punt it. So good start for Ardrey Kell on their defense. Remember, Providence, they scored a touchdown their first play last week in that 49-yard touchdown by Vines. They will punt this one away. 2-man back and a bit of a wobbly kick. That one's picked up there by Leak. Leak sidesteps, and he'll maybe get 4 or 5 on the return. And that is Roger Kell will set up shop right there about the 18-yard line.
Brought down by number 23, Nick Gochuk.
So here's Ardrey Kell and Jared Curtis, who leads the 7A, 8A conference in touchdown passes and second in passing yards. Threw a pair of touchdowns last week, and one of those guys they might be looking to throw that ball to after a big game. 2 touchdowns last week in Jeremiah Jones.
He's going to have to clean up the interceptions, though. 3 of them last week against this Providence defense. This offensive line is going to have to do a much better job of protecting him.
We'll hand this one right at the middle, and maybe we'll grab about 2.
2 yards for the Knights. Looks like officially 4 yards. Going to be
Tristan Rivas there on the carry, and he's quite a story. I mean, missed the first 5 games because of a broken ankle he suffered in June. Has not been quite at full speed, has not quite been at 100%, but he's getting pretty close. This would be a good time for him to get there tonight.
Especially talking about that rematch from just 7 days ago. 2 teams very familiar with each other. Rolling out, here's Curtis. Curtis will throw. That one is caught by Rodriguez. Rodriguez down the sideline, trying to use that speed. He'll cut back and knocked out of bounds right there about the 27. And Rodriguez, as a late flag comes in right there in front of the Ardrey Kell bench.
Well, how about this effort by the quarterback? Keelan Shelton comes in his face. Rodriguez makes this play and is able to break free, and this is what Rodriguez does. Fastest guy on the field, as coach says. He is a burn, and then you see that slam there. The officials will not allow that. It's right in front of the official. That's going to add more yardage for Ardrey Kell's offense.
First time we hear from one of our officials tonight. Let's see what the call is. And they're going to get a personal foul on Ardrey Kell, and that is going to give Ardrey Kell a chance to move into the red zone here on their first drive.
Well, Greg Jackham talked about, they call him K-Rod, and I tell you, he is as dynamic a playmaker as you're going to find in this conference. Second in the conference coming into tonight in receiving yards with 683. He is an explosive threat. You just saw an example of it.
Well, you just saw
right
the
there.
explosiveness right
Absolutely.
there. Yeah. We're moving to the red zone. Rodriguez, who is leads the team in all-purpose yards with 907 coming into this evening. Here's first and 10 from the 16, right up the middle, and going to give it to Rivas, and the senior will gain a few.
Really important for Rivas to get going in this game, and it really sort of illustrates what both these teams want to do. When you speak to both teams, whether it's Jackham for Ardrey Kell or Ward for Providence, they want to be balanced, and it starts with establishing the run. That's what both these teams want to do here tonight.
2nd and 4 from the 8. Play action across the middle. There's Rodriguez. Oh, it went right through his hands. He had a touchdown right there.
I give Jared Curtis a lot of credit here. He knows the pressure is coming. Providence sends him right up the middle. Great pickup there by the running back, Rivas, as well, to protect his quarterback. Watch Rivas here. Bam, good blitz pickup. And Rodriguez just could not bring that one in. But that's good awareness by Curtis, and good job in pass protection there by the running back, Tristan Rivas.
Would have been his 9th touchdown on the season. It goes right through their hands. Now it brings up a big 3rd and 4 from the 8.
Ardrey Kell got inside the 30 3 times last week against Providence and came up empty. That cannot happen. They've got to make this one count to send a message to this Providence team.
third down. Throws that may have been batted at the line of scrimmage. Still made his way to Rodriguez. Oh, and he finds his way into the touchdown. What a start for Ardrey Kell. As it may have looked like it was batted at the line of scrimmage, still found its way to Rodriguez, but this time he hangs on and they find pay dirt.
Playmakers make plays, man. Broke that first tackle from Austin Roberts, the defensive back, number 25. Broke another tackle along the boundary and got into the end zone for that score. What a start for Ardrey Kell.
And now on for the PAT, Drew Ludwig, the junior. And that kick is on the way, and that is good. Providence out to a 7-0 score on their first drive. We'll take another look here one more time. And
this is individual effort. Breaks one, breaks two, got past number 25, Austin Roberts, got past Providence's leading tackler, Colton Bogan. Here it is again. 1, 2, slips away and is in the end zone standing up for the touchdown.
So Rodriguez gets his 10th touchdown on the season, had that long receiving yards. It went down to the 30-yard line and then had the penalty on top of it. Had one slip through his hands. It could have made its way into the end zone. Would have been an easy score, but little redemption for Rodriguez and gives Ardrey Kell the early lead.
Nice way to build the confidence after feeling like they missed some opportunities last week. Ardrey Kell comes out and delivers a nice first quarter punch.
This one bounces right at the 6, and they're going to get the handoff right here. Try to cut his way back out. Can he make his way around? Cuts the left side, and is finally taken down right at the 30. That's Keelan Shelton right there, and a bit of a broken play to start that immediately, but fought his way for a couple more yards.
I don't quite know how this worked for Providence. Caleb Vines hands that thing off to Shelton, and Shelton just slithers through defenders, and it's kind of what Shelton does. They play him all over the place, offensively, defensively, and special teams. His head coach says, look, this guy is a power forward guy. Shelton showing off great ability here early on that return.
So another chance here for Providence. They already had that good start on the run up the middle by Vines. This time they're going to hand it right to Williamson, and he'll run left and gain about 8.
Vines is the bigger of the two backs, Vines and Williamson, but Williamson, even though he's smaller, can get downhill, and coach says he sort of slips and slides between linemen.
Second and 3 here. And they'll run left and take it from behind right about the 30-yard line. Lost of 3 or maybe even 4 yards there. Great play there by Ardrey Kell.
Take a look at our keys to the game, and you kind of see what's happening here. Both teams already, you're seeing the effort being made to establish the run. Vines getting active. You just saw Williamson on that last play. Make timely throws. These quarterbacks have to be more disciplined. 3 interceptions one way, 2 the other way last week, and win the turnover battle. That's also going to be key here in this game.
That was Jaden Price, the senior, trapped him in the backfield. Now brings up a 3rd and 7. Gonna throw this one, and it's intercepted! It went through the hands of Vines, and Ardrey Kell picks it off.
Watch it again here. Vines comes right out of the big backfield, and he just doesn't look it in. Now, I don't know if he's distracted because of the presence of number 10, Killian Andrews, who got that interception. But Vines just sort of bounces, looks like either off his helmet, off his face mask, and it drops right into the hands of Andrews. Johnny on the spot did a great job of looking that one in. We just talked about the turnovers, and sure enough, the very next play, Providence hands it over.
That was Killian Andrews on the interception. So this one's thrown and caught right there inside the red zone again. So Ardrey Kell that was outplayed in just about every way of the game last week. Off to a hot start here so far in the round one of the opening playoffs.
Nice catch by Preston Rubinacci here. It's a zone coverage, and that's a good throw down the middle. Finds a soft spot in the zone, and the quarterback puts it on him to make that catch.
Once again, here's Curtis. Curtis now taken down from behind. And the sack is made there by Martin, who had 4 sacks last week on Curtis.
Curtis is not the most elusive quarterback in the world. He wants to stand in there and throw it. But that time, just too much from Ardrey Martin, the 6'1" defensive end, who just powers his way through that offensive line and makes that play.
That was a big one there for Providence to get some momentum on their side. It brings up a 2nd and 16 from the 26. A fake right and thrown down. Read well there by Bogan. And tones down the quarterback for the 2nd play in a row.
He does everything you want a middle linebacker to do. Watch him just sniff this thing out beautifully. Great penetration. Nobody from Ardrey Kell accounts for him
Nobody picked him up.
He finds an easy alley to the quarterback for the takedown.
They had a season high 11 sacks last week, and they've already added to it 2 in a row, and brings up a long 3rd and 20. They need to get to about the 9. Vine's gonna load this one up, throwing to the end zone, and too high for Rodriguez. So they took the chance. If you're going to throw it to a guy on 3rd and 20 of the end zone, it's got to be Rodriguez. And the junior has that one too far in front, and they're going to keep the offense on the field for right now.
Can you blame them for trying to go back at Rodriguez, though?
Why wouldn't you?
Got the hot hand, got the golden touch. Now, this is an interesting spot because you're right near the 30-yard line. You don't feel confident taking a field goal here, so they're going to go for this on 4th down and long.
4 receivers here. Rodriguez at the bottom of your screen. Curtis throws across the middle, and it's nearly intercepted. Probably for the best, as Soto Kelly was there. Had that one come through his hands, but it will end up being a turnover on downs. Taking a look here, AB.
Providence had safeties covering each half of the field, and I tell you, Soto Kelly had a prime opportunity. You could kind of see where that ball was going. Curtis wanted to look that way in the slot, and Kelly was there and could not bring it in. But Providence does get the turnover on downs. Going back to what we talked about, Ardrey Kell missed some opportunities last week. They missed one right there on the 4th down.
Takeover on downs here at the 30-yard line. Good defensive break there for Providence as Ardrey Kell was in striking distance inside the red zone. Back-to-back sacks and a turnover on downs. Hand this one up the middle and runs into a brick wall. Full right up there in the middle, as I believe Ackbeard was able to bring him down.
What a player he is. Watch him just get off the line, fight through blocks, and what a tackle. 15 sacks on the year. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but man, his get off is great. And he will beat guys off the ball, and he did it just there. Jad Al-Jakbir.
Showing off some of that muscle there. Meter there, throw a quick screen to the right side. Sidestep saying, moves away, finds, fights to the line of scrimmage. He will get that and a little bit more as he fights forward there a bit to the 35. And we have a Ardrey Kell player down. Slow to get up there is Coates. And he's able to make his way up here. And he's probably limp here to the sideline.
There are a few guys on both teams, but especially Providence, you just put them anywhere. Vines is one of those. Keelan Shelton is one of those. They have a couple guys. It's like, you know what? We just want you to touch the ball because we trust that you're going to make something wonderful happen.
3rd and 7. Screen play here to Vines. And Vines tries to make his way down the sideline, fight forward. They're going to knock him out of bounds right at the 38-yard line. So a few yards short of the marker, and it's decision time possibly here.
Want to give credit to Ricky Garman there, who was able to sort of sniff that play out. Lucas Salentis, the offensive lineman, number 74, was trying to hold him down. and Garmin would not be stopped. That's the best lineman on Providence's team. He's a Mercer commit.
They're waiting to see the spot, so Wesley Ward had to think about it for a second. So on the punt this one here again is Kazi. High snap. And nearly, and they're going to get a flag here and might get a hold. This is returned out here by Rivas. And Rivas will fight forward to about 35. We'll see what the mark is going to be for, but all indications are going to be for a hold. And if he didn't have the hold, that may have been a block punt.
Ardrey Kell player got collared there.
All right, well, give us a chance to step away here. Take a look at Ardrey Kell and off their offense on the other side of the break on the WCCB Charlotte.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
(7-0) your score. Ardrey Kell on top of Providence here in the opening round, the NCHSAA playoffs. Armand Brody, Ford Martin here with you on our WCCB Charlotte game of the week, and a solid start here for Ardrey Kell.
Indeed. They are doing some of the things they want to do. It's going to be important to not have outcomes like this. 11 sacks by Providence last week. Ardrey Kell came into this game saying, look, we've got to do a better job of sending extra pass protectors to keep our quarterback clean. And you've already seen that here in this first quarter. That kind of defensive performance is rare. And head coach Wes Ward of Providence said last week may have been the best game I've ever seen a D-line play. That's how dominant this performance was last week. 11 sacks from 4 guys. Truly outstanding from Providence last week.
And before we went to break there, AB, there was a flag on the field. It looked to be a holding. They moved the ball originally to the 45, but they just now backed it up to the 35. So it appears that during this break they had a conversation and rescinded that penalty. So either way, it'll start things off from the 35 for Ardrey Kell in their third possession, and this one sent right up the gut for a few yards up the middle.
Really like what Tristan Rivas has been doing so far in this game. And, you know, it just makes you wonder when he does get to 100%, if they are able to continue playing in this postseason, what will he look like? He is obviously a key cog in the wheel for Ardrey Kell's offense.
2nd and 7 from the 38 in the gun. Once again, screenplay here to Rodriguez is a nice spin move, but not able to escape. As right there on target, Keelan Shelton again.
Well, this is what they want to do throughout the night. Providence brings pressure from up the middle, and they're just trying to get this ball outside to kind of leave Rodriguez in have him make something happen, but Providence's defense, Keelan Shelton, was having absolutely none of that. It is something to watch him run all across this field. An outstanding performer.
Third and 5 from the 40. As a crowd all on their feet on this cool Friday evening. Here's once again Curtis has time. He'll step up. He'll take off. Curtis, he'll slip right at the marker. It all comes down to the spot. An initial look. They're motioning for a first down, and that will be enough to move the sticks.
Well, Curtis is not a 4-3 guy by any stretch of the imagination. But look at him just make this happen. Take off. Sometimes you just got to make the play. Slipped and took a bit of a nasty hit. But when you're trying to win a playoff game, you do what you got to do. And he did just enough to get that first down.
We'll move the sticks here again, and it's been all Ardrey Kell after they've already seen an interception by the Ardrey Kell defense. Had a touchdown to Rodriguez on their first drive of the game. And this one sent right up the gut again as Rivas will fight forward for a few.
Wes Ward was very complimentary of this defensive line. And really both teams, honestly, coming into this game, felt good about how their defenses performed. Both defenses were able to force some turnovers. Providence had 2 turnovers they committed last week. Ardrey Kell committed 3. So, I mean, we expected in a lot of ways a bit of a defensive struggle. We'll see who ends up winning out because of it.
2nd and 8 from the 47 with 2:10 to go. He'll roll right out of it. Flag comes down, and that just goes off the foot there out of bounds by Bogan. And we'll see what the call is going to be, and it looks to be a hold on the Knights. And this is really an Ardrey Kell team that was sort of trying to find that consistency to start the season. Rotated wins and losses for the first 6 games of the year was 3-3 before going on a 3-game win streak. They outscored their opponents in that streak 125-14 before that game against Providence last week. And here so far, showing a little bit of that where they showed in that 3-game win streak. As of right now, as a penalty, we'll back them up, and it's going to be 2nd and 18 from the 38.
Hey, I mean, you're talking about what this Ardrey Kell team has done throughout the year. They had their chances last week, man. I mean, I know the score doesn't reflect that. They lost 28-14, but they had their shots, man. And so you go into a game like this feeling like, you know what? We weren't beaten as badly as the score would indicate. We really believed that we had our chances.
Curtis, he'll throw across the middle. Oh, and right through the hands. The second drop today by Ardrey Kell, as that one goes right through the hands of Jeremiah Jones.
This was a problem for Ardrey Kell last week. They had some drop problems. Jeremiah Jones has got to make this play. He is a very talented receiver. They love the 1-2 punch that he and Rodriguez bring, but Jones has got to bring that one in. He had 118 yards receiving last week. They trust him to be able to make that kind of a play.
1:41 to go, and officials are going to have a conversation here right where the ball is spotted.
I think there might be an issue with the clock here. The referee is pointing towards the press box. Something needs to be changed with the clock. I am almost certain of it.
So 1:41 to go, and they're motioning up here to the box about something. So either way, it's Ardrey Kell facing a 3rd and 18 from the 37 here in the first quarter on our WCCV Charlotte game of the week. And they actually will move the clock up. 2:02 is what it's going to be moved up to.
3rd down and 18. I mean, you're in no man's land here. This is not what you want to face, considering that you're against the defense that sacked you 11 times last week.
Not many plays for 3rd and 18, but you got Rodriguez downfield, and they're going to throw it right down to Rodriguez, and it goes through the hands, and it's intercepted. It's Bryce Taylor. Taylor now comes back to the 40, cuts upfield, flag comes down across midfield, and he is an Ardrey Kell kind of side of the field. So flag is thrown right about the 45 on the Providence side of the field. And it's Bryce Taylor off another deflected interception on the day.
We got a hold here. I think it's on the return. But look, they want to go to Rodriguez. It's a four-man rush, and I love that Shelton is able to force some trouble. And a great job there, even before the interception from Bryce Taylor. That's Malachi Matthews, the 5'10 sophomore who gets in there and stays with the receiver Rodriguez to deflect that one. And Johnny on the spot, Bryce Taylor there for the interception.
We'll see if this is a change in momentum to get that Providence offense rolling here. Had a good start with Vines bouncing outside into Ardrey Kell territory, not able to finish. Here's Vines again. He'll cut right, bounces his way to the outside, and lowers a shoulder across the 45, makes his way to midfield, and now get the Providence faithful going here.
All it takes is one play, right? Gets past the linebacker, makes that great cut to the outside, and look at that collision. My word. You will not take him down easily. What a hit. Running back delivers the blow. My goodness.
First and 10 from the 48. They're going to keep Vines with the rock, and this time he is going nowhere, thrown out, and there's laundry all over the field.
Jaden Price a little frustrated. I think he was involved on that last play. Join the club, man. Caleb Vines is no joke. You can't be German suplexing folks and expect to not get a flag call.
And they're going to give him the personal foul right there. But, man, just took two guys to bring him down.
Is that a German?
Yeah.
Like a belly to back suplex, maybe?
I'll tell you right there, he really brought him back down right there, yeah.
But you know what?
That second effort.
You get desperate, man. Caleb Vines is hard to bring down.
You play with a playmaker like Caleb Vines, and a lot of dangerous things can happen with him.
Just 5'10", listed at 185 pounds. He's going to get low to the ground, and he's going to make you earn that tackle.
Williamson will check in. Give Vines a break here as Metter will go under center. Well, misdirection right there, and really looked like a little bit of miscommunication there as that play was starting, as they get the handoff right there to Johnson, who maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Jaden Price, he's been active here in this quarter to this point, but he's a force. He just gets in there and messes that play up. Providence trying to do something a little different with Welsman Johnson, number 15, and that did not work out at all.
Yeah, Metter collided there with his right guard and Lucas Salentis. 37 seconds to go on a 2nd and 12, and right there on the slant, cross the 30, and that'll be right there at the marker, and that will be enough for a first down. It's Westman Johnson.
We do have a flag down along the near the Ardrey Kell sideline. We'll see what this one is about. You know, we told you this is a rivalry game. These two meet every year, and I think this one's coming back.
So we will move things back here. 29 seconds to go. So after what was a solid play in the deepest that Providence has been into Ardrey Kell territory, we'll back them up now.
Funny. Penalties and turnovers, man. They are the silent killers. And we've seen quite our share of both here in this first quarter. Been a long quarter, too.
Well, penalties really hurt Ardrey Kell last week. 9 penalties for 98 yards. And that's a big one for Providence. Here's Metter. He'll throw from the left side. He finds Bogan. And Bogan will fight a little bit closer there towards the line of scrimmage. End of one here in our WCCB Charlotte game of the week. Providence driving, and a big second down coming up here from Panther Field.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Seven 0 your score. Ardrey Kell out front, but it's Providence starting to drive down the field as they face a 3rd and 11 from the 39-yard line. Luke Metter here. And the junior in shotgun. He'll roll right. He'll find a lane. He's going to throw this one deep downfield and too far in front. Intended for Sean Matthews. And I'll bring up a 4th and long. And that Providence team, they want to stay out on the field.
Yeah, Metter just overthrows this one. Rolls hard to the right. Just way too much on it. If he sort of angles that one more towards the left side at the back of the end zone, Matthews might be able to chase that one down, but he put too much smoke on it.
So they will keep the offense on the field. Need to get to about the 28-yard line to move the chains. 4th and 11. Metter lone setback, throws across the middle, and it looks like some miscommunication there at Vines. He stopped running his route and looked like it was intended there for him, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, you're right about the miscommunication here. Just a 3-man rush, so Ardrey Kell's playing coverage, and you see, I don't quite know, maybe Vines gave up on it a bit because he felt like the ball shouldn't have gone that way, but it was closer to being picked off than it was being caught by Vines. That's one of those throws where you've got to fit it into a tight window, and some miscommunication there between Vines and the quarterback leads to another turnover on downs.
So taking over the turnover on downs, 11:48 to go. Going to take this one right up the middle is Curtis, and he'll fight forward for about 2, maybe 3.
Well, I'll say this. After the 11-sack disaster Ardrey Kell faced last week, they got to be feeling a whole lot better about themselves tonight. It can't get much worse than that.
Only allowed 2 so far, and those were 2 big sacks that really knocked them out of field goal range. They were deep in the red zone, and back-to-back sacks ended up forcing Ardrey Kell to go for it on 4th down and coming up empty. Here's Curtis under pressure, and he will fight his way, and he can't get out of it. Oh, to keep on his feet, but knocked down again in the backfield. Providence, there is a flag down. But if this sack is going to count, I think we know who to blame right here. You're just talking about the sacks.
You know, it's all me. As soon as I say that, Keelan. But you know what? Keelan Shelton just does that. This guy is so good. It's a hold on Ardrey Kell, and you understand because they just moved Keelan Shelton around. Watch him just fight through the left tackle there, and he's got no chance. He's just got no shot. That's Kari Williams there. He has no chance along the left side of that offensive line, trying to stand up to Keelan Shelton. And here's the interesting part about Shelton. He's only 210 pounds. 210 pounds, he's 6'3", but he plays like he's 260. Plays much bigger than that 210-pound frame.
Well, it won't go down as their third sack because they accepted the penalty, and it'll back them up to 2nd and 19, but won't show up on at least the stat sheet. Either way, it backs up Ardrey Kell. They're on throw here, and that one is caught. Intended there for Jeremiah Jones, and he'll fight back to right at the original line of scrimmage. And he'll bring up a 3rd and long. Gain of 9.
Jeremiah Jones, sorry there for it. He missed some games this season with a groin injury, and he's coach feels he's back to full speed. Had a drop earlier here in the first quarter, but if he can get going, if he can get high, if he can break away from some defensive backs, he's trouble.
3rd 10 for the 39. Under pressure, rolls right out of it. He's going to keep it himself and hit right as he went out of bounds. Going to be about 5, maybe 4 yards short of the marker.
Folks, I want you to watch number 7 here. Watch how he gets around Taylor. One step, quick move, my goodness. Goes outside, back inside, and poor Brody Taylor cannot stop him. Keelan Shelton is an outstanding talent. There's a reason why Tennessee and Indiana and Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, just to name a few, already have their eyes on him.
So bring Brady Roberts out the punt. Out here once again, the senior will send this one on a wobbly kick. That will bounce right about the 30, and I'll take it a Providence hop. So that's what then we'll kick things off here with 10:03 to go here in the second quarter. So after a good start for Ardrey Kell on their first drive, the Providence defense has started to settle into this game and not making things easy for the Knights.
And as you would expect, right? I mean, we don't expect Providence to have 11 sacks here again in this game like they did last week. But there is so much talent on this Providence defense. And I will say, though, that you have to give Greg Jackham and this Ardrey Kell coaching staff some credit. They felt like they corrected a lot of the things that caused so much trouble for their offensive line last week. And at least to this point, while Providence has still been able to mess some things up, it's not near the disaster that it was last week for them.
Providence needs a drive here to get things going offensively, and it starts out with Vines. He'll run that one up the middle. Excuse me, make that actually Williamson, or yes, it was Vines. Couple twos out there. No, actually, yes, it is Williamson. So Williamson will take it right up the gut. A couple twos there, making their way through the middle. Two big halfbacks that have been instrumental in the success for Providence this season. As Vines will make his way out here onto the field.
And the thing about Vines, too, is you think you've got him figured out as a runner. You think you've got him solved. You think you've got the problem solved in the backfield, and then they send him out into the slot as a receiver, and he hurts you that way, too.
Under center on 2nd and 3, play action. He'll roll left, throw across his body. He's wide open and runs right into it, and they're going to get a flag. Intended for Bogan. So Metter, who had a play action, rolled left, threw across his body to a wide open Colton Bogan.
Number 22, Aiden Fong, was in coverage.
And the officials are going to discuss this right here.
Aiden Fong was in coverage. I kind of hope they pick this up. Just looking at
it
it
looked like
live.
he just ran and it didn't really make a move for the ball and just ran into the defensive back.
Right, I mean, at that point, the receiver's sort of giving himself up there and is just trying to prevent an interception. The ball was very poorly thrown. They're picking it up.
Yeah, they're going to pick it up.
That's a smart move. It's a smart move. Here it comes. This ball is thrown off his back foot. It's thrown very poorly.
Yeah, gave up.
Yeah, it's just like a collision at that point. And Bolton wants a flag, but you're not even acting like a receiver at that point. So, yeah, that's a good job of picking that one up. You don't want your quarterback throwing like that off his back foot. That's the reason that pass went where it did.
We'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Matter, he's going to throw across and out of the reach there, intended over here to Liam Drayton.
4th and 3.
bring up a 4th and 3 now.
In comes the punt
Those are
team.
two
James
passes
Styles
that
will do the punting. Back deep for the Knights.
quarterback is
Number 2,
going to want back.
Will Leak.
A couple of opportunities there for Luke Metter to make some big things happen for Providence's offense. In the first play, he misses Bogan. The next play, he cannot connect with their talented tight end, Alex Haywood. And now they've got to punt it away.
Haywood is 3rd on the team in receiving yards per game with 318 yards and has 5 touchdowns on the year. So Providence here once again sending out the punt team, and they will send this one off. Low kick, but a good one. Kicks this one down to the 10, and that's a run back to pick it up. Rivas now across his body, and he'll break one tackle and tripped up to about the 29. So good return there by Rivas to make his way up to the 29-yard line.
Got about, 20-plus yards on that return. That thing bounced inside the 10-yard line. Great job by Rivas there of picking that one up, making something happen, giving Ardrey Kell much better field position than what they would have had he not done so.
It was a great punt, slowed down just in time, where it had the speed of looking like it could be a touchback, but Rivas able to pick it up after it took a hit right in the dirt, slowed up, and returns it to the 29. That's where Ardrey Kell will set up shop here. Both teams all their timeouts remaining. And get this one right up the middle, goes right guard. Across the 35, and a good pickup there on first down. And that's really what we see on these teams here so far today, facing those 2nd and long situations, and this one is a good pickup on first.
Really good block right there, getting physical. That was number 5, Justin Bossert, the senior wide receiver. You always love when your wide receivers can get in there and mess things up. I want your receivers to be physical, not just making catches on the outside, but getting in there and facing linemen and linebackers on the inside too.
2nd and 2, and that's caught for a first down and more, and thrown down right about the 45. As he'll toss that one right over, and a good completion as he finds his receiver of Chase Johnson.
Chase, one of the seniors on this team, and it's an interesting concept here for Ardrey Kell to have to deal with, because you're trying to make sure Rodriguez gets his touches. You want Jeremiah Jones to get involved as well. You want to stay consistent with the run game also, and most of all, you want to stay out of those 3rd down and long, those predictable 3rd down situations.
I'm going to keep the rock here again and trip forward. Tristan Rivas, right as he got to midfield, and he's able to get to about the 49. So a good start to this drive for Ardrey Kell, and it all starts with having those long and short 2nd and shorts there coming up.
Rivas does not need a lot of room, right? If he just gets a little bit of a crease, he can explode. It's one of the best attributes about him.
And they're going hurry up here. Here's Curtis on 2nd and 4. And he'll move up. He'll get the first down, puts on a move across the 40, and he'll move his way out of bounds about the 38-yard line. It's a good pickup of 12. That will move the sticks again.
This is such a smart play. Quick decision making too. And watch him get the defender turned around there. He turns Bolt Wilton, the linebacker, around. Just a heads up play by a smart quarterback. It's one of the things that his coach loves about him. Greg Jackham says, look, he does everything that you could ask a quarterback to do. Just a heady play right there.
7:06. Ardrey Kell starting to drive. This began at the 35-yard line as they make their way across the other 35-yard line for a nice pickup on first down. As we go under 7 minutes, and we're going to get a timeout here by Wesley Ward to give his Panthers a break here for a second.
You know what we've been seeing here on this drive, though? We've been seeing the intelligence of Jared Curtis. And Wes Ward, when he spoke with us, he said, look, we're not overlooking what Curtis can do. He said, look, he wants to stand in the pocket, yes, but he can run. And not only can he run, but he runs with physicality. Curtis is a bigger guy than what you might think, and he's fearless. Fearless, smart, making good decisions. We just saw it on that last run play where they rushed 4, and he's able to immediately see that those defenders are getting by him, so he takes off when he sees Providence playing coverage. Those are the kinds of things you want your quarterback to do. So far, I mean, especially on this drive anyway, Curtis is doing a lot of good things for Ardrey Kell's offense.
The senior quarterback there, as you mentioned, there stepped up, got a nice first down gain, got out of bounds, didn't take a hit. So a timeout here by Wesley Ward to give his Panthers a bit of a breather here, as we saw right there, Ardrey Kell doing something a little bit different, going a little bit hurry up there.
They're just trying to mix things up, change things up a bit, trying to deliver some of those body blows. I'm a big believer that in playoff games, you don't always get that one big punch, but that steady, consistent, bam, 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 right to the midsection, and then you get your big play eventually.
2nd and 4 up the middle again, and it's been working so far for Revis, but why stop? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Another big gain, and that will move the sticks here for Ardrey Kell.
Ardrey Kell said that they are at their best as a team when they can avoid 3rd and longs by running the football. This is the kind of drive, if they can cap this off, this is the kind of drive you look back on and you say, we were able to wear down Providence's defense with good offensive line play and good running.
They've already been stopped one time, being inside the 25. That one's tipped right at the line of scrimmage, and had those couple sacks that backed them up. Now reach the 25 again, and as we talked about it already, they had 3 late drives inside the 25 and all stopped on downs.
Good job by Bolt Wilton there of getting that hand up. Providence starting to load the box up a bit as Ardrey Kell has done some good things on the ground. Ardrey Kell saw a moment there with man coverage on the outside, trying to get that one to Johnson, and Wilton made the smart play of knocking that one down.
First time on first down for Ardrey Kell on this drive that they haven't picked up 5+. Here's 2nd and 10 coming off the edge. He's going to throw this one deep and too high, too strong as he tried to find his receiver there in Jones.
Where Providence, they really hurt you is when they're able to get pressure without really sending much of a blitz. They only send 3 that time, and it forces enough chaos to make Curtis have to throw that ball before he wants to.
Got close with Kari Williams, maybe getting close to a hold there. That would have backed things up now, but it brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Knights for the 26. 6:12 to go here in the 2nd quarter. And the Providence faithful on their feet. Going to throw there on a bit of a screen and blown up after a gain of about 2.
Ardrey Kell missed an opportunity to watch number 5 here, Justin Bossert. He's going to escape, and he was wide open down the middle of the field. Instead, they go short out to the left flat, and Providence gobbles that one up.
So moves it inside the 25, and
Bossert,
you see it right there, yeah.
Bossert, number 5, escapes, but they ended up swinging that thing off to the left, and Providence gobbled it up, forcing the 4th down.
Open on that go route. Here's a 4th down, 4th and 8. Going to throw deep to the end zone, and once again, too high. Intended there for Jeremiah Jones, and for the 2nd time today, Ardrey Kell makes its way into the 25-yard line, and they come up empty both times. They, however, still hold the lead, 7-0. Knights on top in our WCCB Game of the Week.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
.5:27 to go. Turnover on downs for Ardrey Kell as they got inside the 25-yard line. They come up empty, and that's where Providence will set up shop here out of the break. Going to give the handoff to Vines, and he'll fight forward for about 2 or 3. Armand Brody, Ford Martin here with you on this WCCB Charlotte Game of the Week in the first round, Game 1 of our NCHSAA playoffs here to this evening.
Want to see if Providence can get their wide receiver Sean Matthews a little bit more involved here. You know, they want to be consistent with the run. Matthews has 8 touchdowns on the season, averaging 17 yards a catch. Let's see if they can get him involved on the outside here.
Going to give up right to Vines, breaks 1 tackle in the backfield. He'll bounce forward for maybe a yard. So another 3rd and long for Providence.
Another nice tackle that time by Jad Al-Jakbir. Plays heavy. Had a funny moment with Greg Jackham. He's listed, Al-Jakbir is listed at 235 pounds, and Greg says, we'll go with 235. I don't really think he's 235, but we'll go with it.
Sends Vines in motion, going to throw across his body again, and broken up. Intended there for the talented tight end of Alex Haywood. He had it in his hands, and a nice breakup by Aiden Fong. The senior breaks it up, and a 4th down approaching.
Now, Alex Haywood is 6'5". Aiden Fong is giving up some height here, but he just keeps his hand in there and breaks that play up so well. What a play by Fong, one of their defensive standouts.
He stayed in the play there. Team leader in interceptions with 4. And makes a big 3rd down stop. So 4th and 7 for the 28. They'll punt this one away. 2 players back for the Knights, and a high end over end punt. Going to be caught right and juggled at the 28. He'll bounce forward right at the 30-yard line. So near disaster. They're back deep for Khalil Leak, but they'll hold on.
If you are an Ardrey Kell fan, you're wiping your brow right now. My goodness.
The last thing you need to do is give Providence any reason to get back into this game by the way you played so far.
But that's all it takes, right? 1 turnover, 1 big penalty, 1 strange something, and you've given confidence to your opponent. We got a dogfight here for it.
Bit of a different type of game than what we saw 7 days ago. And the gun here once again is Curtis. He'll throw on the screen. Rodriguez with a block. Didn't get the block he needed, and that one's blown up immediately.
You saw Shelton on the right side of the offensive line, and so what do? They throw the other way. It's just a great job. Gang tackling there by Providence's defense, making that play quite miserable for Jeremiah Jones, who they're trying to get going here. I just love watching Shelton move around. I could watch number 7 in black all evening. He doesn't stop moving.
Gonna get this one up. Nice play action move. Throwing across. It's Rodriguez. And that one goes through his hands, but he had to reach back to grab that one.
If you can just make the quarterback uncomfortable, you don't have to sack him, but if you can just make him uncomfortable, you force him to make throws like that. Throws that are more difficult for even a guy talented as Rodriguez. That's a difficult catch to try and make.
AB, it's really been a defensive game. If you like defense games, this is the game for you right here. Nothing's really come easy for either side.
Not at all.
Lone setback. 3rd 12. Under pressure, and down he goes. In the backfield again. Liam Drayton, off of his 1 sack last week. The junior knocks him down on 3rd down.
They just rushed 3. What a spin move. Got away from Brody Taylor, embarrassed him, and got into the backfield to make the play.
So once again, they will punt it away and make it the 3rd sack on the evening. 2:36 to go, approaching our WCCB halftime report coming up shortly. Be sure to stay with us for that. This was punted away. He'll just make it past midfield. He'll take an Ardrey Kell bounce, and he'll pick it up pretty quickly there about the 33-yard line, as that one is touched up by Cole Weeks.
Weeks might have been able to get a few more yards out of that.
I'd say he picked it up pretty quick there.
I don't think Shelton was going to pick that one up, but I mean, Shelton is dangerous, so maybe Weeks is thinking, look, I don't want to take any chances.
So 2:18 to go, down 7-0. Here is Providence, and just trying to find something to get this offensive rolling and find a little momentum as they head into the locker room. Big drive here for Providence.
Got Vines in a slot here.
Throw a screen here to Tylen Haywood. Across the 40, lowers the shoulder, and enough for a 1st down and a pickup of about 15. Alex Haywood.
This is what 6'5", 220 will do for you. You want some? Come get some.
My
lowers
goodness.
that shoulder and drills Aiden Fong.
They go hurry up here. He's going to throw across. That one's caught at the 30. Makes his way, sheds one tackler, makes his way to the 15-yard line. Sean Matthews and Providence and the Panthers are in business.
I love the tempo Providence is playing with here. We asked the question, when would Sean Matthews get involved? Big play right there. Nice touch on that pass by the quarterback.
They go hurry up here with 1:47 to go as Vines, he stopped in the backfield. Good play by Ardrey Kell to slow things down here a bit after 2 explosive plays by the Panthers.
Love what Providence did there, mixing things up. We're going to run some tempo now, try to throw Ardrey Kell's defense out of a rhythm and off balance.
Second timeout is going to be used by Wesley Ward with about 90 seconds to go here. So 2 back-to-back explosive plays. We've been waiting on that all evening long for Providence, and they finally strike.
And this is the spot of the field where you start looking for Sean Matthews, number 13. 8 touchdown catches on the season. We asked the question, when would he get involved? You won't establish the run, but you cannot let a guy like Sean Matthews be silent for you offensively. And with good touch, really nice touch on that pass there from the quarterback, Luke Metter, Sean Matthews has his biggest catch of the half.
So we'll bring up a 2nd and 12 from the 16, and the first time that Providence will enter the red zone this evening.
This is also where you love to use Caleb Vines in various ways here. Look for him to move around here, out of the backfield as a receiver, wheel route, there he goes.
That was Haywood at the bottom of your screen and right through the hands there for Johnson. So after a good start, back-to-back plays, stuffed in the backfield, and a drop pass, and now it brings up a 3rd and long with 1:28 to go.
To give Ardrey Kell some credit there, they brought pressure, and that forced that pass to be just a little bit behind Wellsman Johnson.
Lone setback here, 3 receivers left, two at the top of your screen. Most notably Haywood at the bottom. Going to throw this one to the back corner of the end zone, over the shoulder, and he drops it. Chase Taylor had it in his hands. A nice drop in the bucket, but not able to finish.
Oh, it looked like Taylor had a score. Watch him run this corner route. He's got space. Oh, he's got to make that catch near the back pylon. He has got to bring that one in. Playoff game, you're trying to tie it up. Taylor's got to bring that one in, the sophomore wide receiver. Hate that for him.
Jamison Consi now on to kick this one. On for high snap. That kick is on the way, and that kick is no good. That sails wide right. So Providence, after what was a great start to that drive, they come up empty. Another look at it here again.
Well, here it is. I mean, you want to talk about missed opportunity? The snap is a bit high, and he just didn't nail it. Dropped his head, and Ardrey Kell knows that they got away with one. Man, I hate that for Taylor, though. Back pylon. You said dropped in the bucket. It really was. He's got to bring that one in.
So taking things over now, a first down, and once again another missed opportunity for Providence. Now Ardrey Kell, can they get something going here with 1:15 to go? They do have all three of their timeouts.
And let's see how aggressive Ardrey Kell wants to be here. I wouldn't really risk it. You're backed up inside your 25. You've got the lead.
Something a lot of people really didn't expect, just the way that Providence played just 7 days ago, and this will keep the clock running. And if you aren't just joining us, Ardrey Kell and Providence just played last week, so a rare occasion where they played back-to-back weeks. Providence won that game 28-14. 3rd and 8.
Yep, and if I'm Ardrey Kell, I am taking as much time as possible.
Wesley Ward not going to call a timeout.
Yep. Run this thing to half. No reason to make a big mistake that'll cost you.
Try to run this clock down as much as they can here. And then call a timeout with about 5 seconds to go. A timeout, and the first one is used there by Ardrey Kell. But what a start for Ardrey Kell. First drive of the game finds pay dirt. Rodriguez dropped the first pass intended for him, which was going to be an easy touchdown off the slant. They came right back to him on that 3rd down, found the end zone, and made it a 7-0 score. And since then, it's been a real defensive battle.
Rodriguez broke some tackles on that touchdown too. But you're right, it has been a defensive struggle. And I guess we really shouldn't be surprised. Once again, it's a rivalry game. This is not just a playoff contest. Of course, that's the most important thing. But these two teams, they know each other, and they just play. And I think it's so interesting because you say to yourself, what have you not seen from us? The book is open, and you know all the questions. You know a lot of the answers. And in the second half, it's going to come down to which one of these teams can be effective in showing the other something that they have not seen. That's going to be key. Trick plays, wrinkles, different elements. That's going to be key in the final 24 minutes here.
Expect them to lead this out and head to the locker room with 5 seconds to go on this 3rd down. They will run left, actually, and they're just going to take a sack on top of it. Bit of a surprise right there, as they're going to take a sack to end that in the first half. And right there, I believe it was Liam Drayton again. What a way to end the first half. No taking knees, but your quarterback takes a shot on the ground. Our WCCB halftime report after this. 7-0 your score.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
And welcome back to Panther Field for our WCCB Charlotte Game of the Week. In our halftime report, Ardrey Kell leads 7-0 here in the opening round of the NCHSAA high school playoffs. But first, before we get to our first half highlights, let's look at our varsity spotlight here, and with Ian Farmer from Shelby High School.
My name is Lan Farmer. I'm a senior here at Shelby High School. So growing up, I took a lot of influence from my sister and my brother. My sister was a really good track athlete. My brother played soccer and football. But then football, it kind of came out of nowhere. It was a thing I kind of just did, but when I came to Shelby, it really grew a lot. The love of sport, it just exploded for me.
Oh man. Lan is just a special child. He adores his brother and sister. They're the closest siblings I think I've ever seen.
And we would always go to the beach together as a big family every single year, and we would play football with each other, and sometimes we hit each other, not all the time though, we didn't get too rough.
Sports is huge in our family, always been that way. Mom actually was the one that talked about football because some of the people she worked with had kids that were playing football.
And he's like, no, we need to wait. It's like, no. And I just signed him up. He knew, but I just signed him up. By the time he was 10, football was it. It is all football all the time, and his passion just grew for it.
Here at Shelby, our middle school plays on our field on Wednesday, so I knew about his talent. But then when he got here as a ninth grader, just his demeanor, his willing to work, willing to learn, that coupled with his athletic ability, it just really wowed me from the beginning.
I like that stiff arm, man.
I was at summer practice and I was throwing a pass to one of the receivers and I just felt a pop.
The athletic trainer here called and said, I need you to come over here. And I said, okay. And he had been complaining of just a sore arm.
And my arm kind of went numb and I kind of went to shock. And I had to go to the AT room.
But when I got there, she was outside and Lan was inside, and I get in there to see him and he's just looking at me. And I said, are you okay? And he said, no.
We thought it was dislocated, and then went to the doctor. They said I broke my UCL joint in my elbow.
The UCL ligament, when he threw, came across and broke the entire bone off of his elbow. They said, you're done, you won't play this season.
Kind of shocked my nerves. I didn't know what, especially being a quarterback, elbow injury, my right arm, my throwing arm. I didn't know what was next for me. I had to really sit there a moment and pray to God and realize that it's not going to define me and define my moment.
On October 13th, he took the field. The doctors just kept saying, how has he done this? He made up his mind that he was going to be fine, and he was.
You want a leader who deals with adversity, well, that's land. I mean, as a 9th grader, he broke his arm, came back from that. As a 10th grader, he was a starter. And to be a starter here as a 10th grader, that's a lot of pressure. But he handled it, started 15 games, took us to the Western Finals.
10th grade year, can't really complain much about that year because it was one of the greatest years of my life, especially in Shelby High School. I can't complain much about it. The friends I made from that year, it was insane.
Last week was homecoming, and so we kind of wanted to, we said it'd be nice if he could break the county record.
The day before the game last week, I walked up to my dad and said, it's time to go do what I set out to do my sophomore year, right? And he said, yeah, go get it.
For the last game, we knew he was like 243 yards from breaking the record. We had the guys up top who keep the stats. They kept telling us on the headset how many yards he had, how many more he needed. And then when he got it, you know, our PA guy announced it.
I tear up to look down on that field and see your child who turns around and looks up at us when he's broken that record like, I did it. I don't really have the words, honestly.
I didn't actually realize what I really did until the weekend, and I sat down by myself and realized what I actually done and accomplished, and something I set out to do a long time ago.
The craziest thing to me is how much credit he gives his team. He'll never own it.
Yeah.
He says, well, yeah, my receivers, you know, my line, my coaches.
So for the touchdown record for Shelby High, career touchdown, I have 105 right now.
He is now the Cleveland County career passing yardage record holder. He broke that record last week with over, I think it's over 8,300 yards passing in his career.
I'm continue to push that record farther and farther back.
Hey, bud, love you, proud of you. It's hard to watch this season start to come to a close because we have loved watching every moment of every game. But more than that, we've loved watching every moment of every day you've grown into the most amazing human being.
It's pretty neat to be able to sit here to talk about you and all your accomplishments. Couldn't be more proud. One of the favorite things I get the chance to do after every game, win or lose, is to come up and give you a hug. And I'm able to whisper in your ear, I love you.
I could not be more proud to be your mom, and we cannot wait to watch everything that's coming your way on and off the field. Love you.
If there's any college coach out there looking for a quarterback, Shelby High School has one that they need to take.
What's up? My name is Lynn Farmer, and this is my varsity spotlight.
Welcome back to Panther Field here on WCCB Charlotte and our game of the week for the NCHSAA playoffs in round number 1. Ardrey Kell leads the way 7-0 here at halftime. When we come back, first half stats and highlights from what has been a defensive effort so far on this Friday evening.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Destination, and also streaming on BajacoSports.com.
7-0 your score as the second half is about to begin here. Armand Brody, Ford Martin here with you. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights to what got us to this point here in AB. It's been a defensive effort, but it all started out with Ardrey Kell with a good start to the game.
It did, and this is their guy, Caleb Rodriguez, with a big catch and run down the sideline. You saw the late hit there as well, and I mean, Rodriguez is their guy, right? He is their key performer on the outside, breaks 2 tackles here. That's the lone touchdown of the game, 8 yards out there, breaks a couple of tackles and gets into the end zone. And really after that, it's just been turnovers and missed opportunities. Interception there, picked off there by Killian Andrews as Meta was trying to get it to Vines, who dropped it. Another look at it. Andrews brings it in right in front of the Ardrey Kell bench. Ardrey Kell throws an interception as well, though. Bryce Taylor's going to pick this one off after the deflection there by Malachi Matthews. And then towards the end of the first half, as you see the run back, really good field position, but Providence didn't make anything of it. But towards the end of the first half, you had the missed 33-yard field goal by Providence, and here we are, 7-0. Ardrey Kell with the lead in what has been a defensive struggle.
I do want to talk about that, AB. On that missed 33-yard field goal, Providence was struggling offensively. They had 2 big strikes, one of which was to their big tight end, Alex Haywood. Got down all the way inside the red zone and still not able to finish it.
You know, this game has really also been about missed opportunities. We've seen some drop passes from Ardrey, Kell. We've seen turnover on downs from both teams. One of these teams is going to have to lock in, play clean football, keep the penalties down, keep the turnovers down. This game is going to continue to be a game of body blows, but who can deliver that big uppercut? The team that does that will probably be the team to walk away with the victory here tonight in this playoff matchup.
And again, if you're just joining us here in this matchup this evening, Ardrey, Kell and Providence, no, you're not watching a rerun. They played each other 7 days ago, and in a rare occurrence where they play again, a nice quick rematch between these two. Outcome so far a little bit differently, but last week Providence winning that game 28-14. Ardrey, Kell leading the way here so far 7-0 as we begin the final 24 from Panther Field as Providence in their all blacks, Ardrey, Kell in their all whites, and they will take the ball here to start the second half.
Number 2, Khalil Leaks, and number 33, Donovan Jones. 80 feet, football fans.
And the second half is underway and starting out with a touchback. So Ardrey, Kell, that is where they will set up shop up here as they will move that at the 20-yard line after the touchback. So Jared Curtis, who leads the 7A, 8A conference in touchdown passes, second in passing yards, will make his way out of the field and see if they can start this half like they did the first one.
Curious to see what Curtis looks like as a runner here in the second half. We saw some of that in the second quarter, him just taking off and looking to make plays. I expect more of that here in the second half.
And the gun, and they're going to give this one to Rivas there, who takes a big hit at the very end of that one, but a solid pickup of about 8, maybe 9. We're going to mark that as a 2nd and 1.
And that's a really good way to start. Rivas is able to just slither away from that tackle from Adley Martin. And pick up a first down, looks like, for Ardrey, Kell.
No, they're going to move the chains. Maybe got a favorable spot there. From the gun here. Moves right guard to the outside as tackle. A bit of a tough hit coming down there to the ground. He'll get about 1, maybe 2.
Also have to look out for Rodriguez, of course, on the outside, as well as Jeremiah Jones. This 1-2 punch of receivers for Ardrey, Kell. They're going to have to make some big plays. This is the kind of game where you need your skill position players, maybe not to make all the plays, but a couple of big plays are going to have to be made on the outside here to pick up this victory tonight.
Have 3 receivers at the top of your screen, and they're going to run right guard again as he will fall forward for about 1.
Providence brought everybody this time. They bring Colin Bellaro, number 4. They bring 25, Austin Roberts, and they just get around the offensive line. And even though Roberts got picked up there by number 56, Sarjan Mamadov, his teammate Bellaro was able to get there.
3rd and 7. See Keelan Shelton jumping up and down. Going to take this one himself. Escapes 1 tackle, breaks 1, but he's not able to get as he tried to leap forward for the first down marker. What a play there by Soto Kelly, coming in for the 3rd time and knocking him down, and he'll be short.
Curtis takes off. Look at this. Wow, what a hit from Shelton, but he just bounces off of it. And Kelly comes in there to clean it up, but this is what Curtis wants to do. Jared Curtis is not going to let this Ardrey, Kell team go down without a fight here tonight. And if the pass game isn't working because there's great coverage downfield, Curtis is going to take off and try to make something happen.
How about the awareness from Soto Kelly right there, just jumping forward right at him. Had to get to the 40 for the first down marker, not able to finish. That one got close as a slow, wobbly punt. That takes a favorable bounce, and it got close to actually hitting a Panther there, but it's going to be an Ardrey, Kell Punt right there to about the 36-yard line.
Number 30, Christian Francis jumped on the ball to down it.
And now back comes Providence's offense. A couple of players I've got my eye on. Obviously, Caleb Vines. But you also saw in the second quarter them make a concerted effort to try and get the ball to number 9 to tie it in, Alex Haywood. You can't have that kind of height at 6'5" and not want to capitalize on it. Let's see if they get him and Sean Matthews going here on this drive.
I'll cut to the outside. Talk about being matched up there in the bottom. Aiden Fong and the senior going up against Haywood there at the bottom of the screen. A gain of about 3, and I'll bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 38.
And if you're Caleb Vines, you're also hoping that at some point, instead of the 5-yard gain here or the 3-yard gain here, when will he be able to break one against this Ardrey Kell defense? Something else to watch for.
Need to get to the 46, and Vines trapped up and tripped up in the back of the field. He'll lose a few. Now Tim back right to the original line of scrimmage.
Watch number 4, Jay-Sean Shepard here. It's a great inside move as he got around Lucas Salensis, their best offensive lineman, to slow that play down. That's what Shepard does.
And really, other than that first drive that we saw, Ardrey Kell's really kept Vines in shape today here, and they haven't really let him do those explosive plays that he's known to have.
And really, Ardrey Kell gave a lot of defensive credit to their D coordinator, Carter Green, for how he's been game planning heading into this game.
Rolls right, and it throws across, and it's intercepted! Picked off! Khalil Leak, the senior. For the second time today, Providence is picked off, and Metter trying to fit into a tight window. Almost in quadruple coverage there. 4 players swarming, as that one was intended right there for Johnson.
Metter got greedy, trying to force that one into all kinds of coverage, and Khalil Leak is able to make the play. But that one's on Metter. He's got to make a smarter play than that.
So now Ardrey Kell will start this from their own 49 off the interception. Bounces one back out, and they'll lose a few.
I want to go back to that interception for just a moment because it goes back to something that Wes Ward, the Providence head coach, told us about. He said, look, I don't need Luke to try to make the play. He said sometimes he just tries too hard. Take what is safe. That time he got greedy, and it hurt him.
2nd and 11 here with 7:47 to go. From the 48. And that one is that one intercepted? Yes, they're going to say it's a catch. So back the other way. Interception after interception, turnover after turnover, and an Ardrey Kell interception goes right into the hands of Bryce Taylor for the second time today.
His second of the night, and he just fights for it. Wins the matchup against the intended receiver, Jeremiah Jones.
And we do have a flag, and this might go against Providence.
Personal foul is the call against Providence.
Oh my goodness. So after Providence was on the top of the mountain there after the interception for the second time for Bryce Taylor, it's coming back. Wow.
After the penalties marked off, it still will be Panther.
So it's going to be Providence ball because it happened after the interception, which is key.
Okay, so that it will be, yes, that's a good call there, AB. So it will be Providence ball. Must have happened after the play was over because I didn't see the flag initially.
I think it was on the return, maybe an illegal block, I believe, from Providence.
Jet sweep here, and that's taken back down behind the line of scrimmage and kicked back for a loss of 4.
Jay-Sean Shepard, such a good player for Ardrey Kell's defense. They play him a lot to the wide side of the field, but his athleticism and his explosiveness allows him to go sideline to sideline with great confidence and skill. He has catch-up ability. If you think you can get away from him, he can track you down.
So 2nd and 14. Off this Bryce Taylor, second interception on the day. Under trouble and escapes one, gonna throw it away in time. He finds Haywood, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Great work there by Metter to at least get that one off. Could have been a lot worse.
I don't know how he did it. Everybody's in his face. He steps up well and just gets that one away, and you only get 2 yards, but it's better than what you were about to end up with.
Now it brings up a 3rd and 9, and what could have been a 3rd and 15 or even worse. Great work there by Luke Metter and the junior to escape that one, to at least keep Panthers in striking distance here off the screen play, and that one is able to break a tackle, able to get out of it, trying to squirt his way through. He's still up, trying to make his way forward, and Leach for the line of scrimmage. He may have been out of bounds originally. He's trying to motion that he got it. We have one official on the near side saying he's at the 43. He needed to get to the 45.
Let's see where they mark this thing. This is just an individual effort from Shelton. Breaks one. He just fights. Stays on his feet, refusing to go down. Extends himself, but they do mark him down about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down.
So they're going to mark him short. 4th and 3 right here. Don't want to give Kell anything else, by the way they moved the football today.
Providence had a fake punt that was successful last week against Ardrey Kell. You know they've got to be thinking about that right here and now.
With 5:53 to go. There was a fake punt there. AB caught it, and he's not going to get it. Ardrey Kell must have heard you, AB, about the reminder on the fake punt. And what a stop for the Knights.
You might have fooled me once, but you will not fool me twice. Great effort by Ardrey Kell's special teams defense, and they've got outstanding field position here at the Providence 40-yard line.
He already made one defensive play today already. Killian Edrews, who had an interception. That time he's right there in the play to make a big-time stop there on the fake punt. And Ardrey Kell will start at the 40-yard line on the Providence side of the field, and immediately a handoff up the middle for a gain of about 1.
Rivas, the ball carrier, picks up about 1 yard on the play. Terry Cunningham said, "That's all you're getting, buddy."
I know that Ardrey Kell wants to continue to be balanced, but I tell you, man, there's a part of me, and maybe I'm just a rebel daredevil, but I would have tried to take a shot right there on a quick change.
All the momentum on your side. See if they can try to get Rodriguez more involved into this game. Hasn't really been making noise since that first drive. Here's a 2nd and 9. Looked left, didn't like what he saw. He takes off, and he's sacked. Once again, Liam Drayton, as he gets him right behind the line of scrimmage. Only a loss of 1, but once again, another sack for that Providence defense.
Looks like he wanted the quick screen out to Rodriguez, and Providence just had it read well. Blew that play up. Sometimes you just lose at the start. Once you lose at the start, it's hard to clean it up.
It's been a struggle moving the ball deep down the field for either side. A lot of overthrows this evening. Going to have to get to the 30-yard line to move the chains. Going to throw this one to slant. That one's caught. Enough for a first down on a big-time 3rd down. Locates his receiver, and a nice play there by Jeremiah Jones, who'll move the sticks.
Jeremiah Jones delivers. Gets good inside positioning. Gets his defender trailing him. That was Bolt Wilton, the linebacker. And you got to feel confident when you've got to match up one-on-one against the linebacker, and that time, Jones came through.
4:07 to go and a first down. Going to take it himself, and that's not going to fool that Providence defense, who's kept them in check as far as running on the ground here on this drive. Tackle there made on the play there by Bogan.
And this is where the chess match really happens, right? You're getting close to the red zone. This is where Providence defensive coordinator, what have you game planned? What are you expecting to do? You do a lot of winning pre-snap in situations like this.
Play fake. Throws across the middle, and no flag.
Pass intended for Jones is incomplete.
Ardrey Kell, the last few times being this deep, they've come up empty with 0 points. Now here from the 28-yard line, they face another 3rd and 10. They converted in their last one on a 3rd and 11 where they found Jeremiah Jones for about a 13-yard pickup. Now with 3:29 to go, a 3rd and 10. Ardrey Kell, can they move the sticks again? Providence brings 3. Gonna try and take it himself. Puts on the move. Shifting Pooh to the 20. And he's gonna be about a 2 yards short there as he tried to stretch the ball toward the marker, but that knee went down soon.
There's no way they're not going for this, right? Watch Curtis, they're playing coverage, Providence is, and he takes off once again. He makes quick decisions. Did a nice job of turning Keelan Shelton around a bit to fight for that yardage and make this a 4th down and short. He can run here, folks. Curtis can take off.
4th and 3 from the 21. Sends Bogan in motion. Gonna throw that one. No flag. Johnson can't believe it. And a turnover on downs once again for Ardrey Kell. And the Providence defense steps up once again.
It's a lot of contact here on 4th down and 3. They bring a blitz. It's a one-on-one matchup, and I'm struggling with how that's not a flag. Roberts never plays the ball. I am struggling with how that's not a flag.
It appears as if he didn't turn the head around. Now look here one more time.
This is physical with a capital P. They do a good job of picking up Shelton on the blitz.
Ooh.
I don't know how that's not a flag. I don't know.
And he immediately turned around and was trying to see some laundry on the field and didn't see a thing. So now Providence will take over.
The only thing I can think of is they think the pass was underthrown, but man, he was hugging him. He was hugging him.
So 2:44 to go. 7-0 your score. Ardrey Kell once again from inside the 30. They're 1 for 4 and wide open across the 30. Moves past the 35 and a gain of about 14.
I want to see if this is a face mask. This is just a great job here by the quarterback of getting that one off. Man, that looked like a face mask that they missed right there on the tackle from Mackenzie Coates.
Looked like initially he had the ball, but then as he was moving, may have just gripped that face mask a bit too much. He gets away with it. But it's enough for Providence to move the ball here, enough for a 1st down. From the 38. Here's Metter. He'll drop back. Metter, he'll roll right. He'll flip it over. One-handed grab there, caught there by Williamson. And he'll end up losing about a yard.
Gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he might have lost a yard on that play.
So you do all of that. Williamson gets free. You lose a yard. Exciting, though.
He had the one-hand grab and made it look good, but still only lost a yard on that, but it shows how much they backed up Metter to have to get rid of that late. For the gun with a 4 receiver set, he'll send Williamson left, and it's nearly intercepted. Had a chance at it, was Almeida, and it went through his hands.
So to telegraph this one, looked the whole way there, and Almeida almost made a diving interception. Metter's a bit rattled here. He's a bit rattled. 2 interceptions tonight. He is a bit rattled. He's got to settle down a bit. Lock back in, pre-snap especially.
Almeida read that nicely, and a flag comes in just off the snap. And it's a false start. This will back him up 5 and make it 3rd and 16. And that's something that Providence really has been familiar with all night, these long 3rd downs.
And give Ardrey Kell credit. They have mixed things up defensively here against Metter. Blitzing, coverage. Metter's had to work so hard for the big pass plays that he's wanted to make in this game. That's a credit to Carter Green and this Ardrey Kell defense.
90 seconds to go left in this third quarter. Third 16 from the 31. Metter now steps back under pressure. He'll roll left, looking, throws across his body, and it's caught. First down, Providence, as he locates Wellsman Johnson. He looked and looked and looked, and Johnson spurts free.
And all you need is just somebody to get open. Ardrey Kell's playing coverage. They got 8 in coverage. Somebody, anybody. Wellsman's the body. First down.
And how about holding on to the ball after the big hit by Leak? Minute to go and a big-time play for Providence. And Zach with the doctor order there. Gonna toss it up and bat it away. Oh my goodness. You saw it right there as Andrews almost had his second interception of the day and tried to bat it backwards. Now Ardrey Kell, once again, the second time on this drive, they nearly have an interception.
He had Adley Martin wide open. You see him in the middle of the field. Boy, Metter is taking some chances.
Garman had a chance there as that was batted right back to him. 2nd and 10 for the 49. Metter gonna throw a quick shot out of bounds. Gain of about 6.
There's a flag down in the backfield.
He hit the quarterback late.
Yeah, Metter's getting up limping.
He's feeling it.
Later
roughing the passer.
Yep.
So it would have been a 3rd and 6 before the flag was called. This will move the ball forward. And the game will move to 6 here for Providence.
Props to Metter, but that last play, that's what you want to see from him. So Ardrey Kell's playing a lot of zone coverage here. And because of that, Metter's having a bit of a hard time. But it's also because he's trying to make plays that he doesn't have to try and make. That time he took the save play, had a receiver find a soft spot in the zone defense and make the catch, even with the late hit.
After the penalty, 1st and 10 for the 29, 48 seconds to go. Metter now, quick shot over the middle and trying to find his tight end of Alex Haywood just behind him, and incomplete. Metter's been under pressure all game long. As Ardrey Kell they've dialed up the blitz a time or two.
It's just been, when can Metter sharpen up a little bit here? A couple passes behind him, some of the interceptions. The door's open right now for Providence. This is an opportunity. Can Metter and this offense walk through it?
2nd and 10 after the
out top. Sorry for it.
2nd and 10. Metter quick shot, and that one's caught trying to reach forward to get a couple extras. He goes and finds Keelan Shelton.
Because here's the thing. 4-yard plays, 5-yard plays, 6-yard plays, they accomplish more than one thing. Not only do they get you the yardage you want, you wear down the defense that way. You're not going to always get the home run. Singles and doubles work too. You end up scoring on those as well. That's a way to build confidence, to get rhythm going offensively.
Seeing a lot of these quick out routes they've been using. Could be the last play of the third quarter as the clock is ticking down. Metter going to take a shot to the end zone, and that one's knocked away. Good play there by Fong. No flag, and that will do it for the end of the third quarter. Knights lead the way, but the Panthers driving here. Fourth quarter, the final 12 after this.
All right, 4th and 4 for the Panthers.
Final 12 coming up here on your WCCB Charlotte game of the week. Knights lead 7-0, but Providence is driving on a big 4th down right here to keep the drive alive. Metter throws across the middle, and it's broken up. Don't see a flag on the field, and once again, another turnover on downs, and Ardrey Kell will take over.
What a great play by Khalil Lee. He's just a game wrecker. Comes in, gets contact, breaks that play up, and all the momentum Providence has been trying to build. In one fell swoop, Ardrey Kell stands up again, makes another defensive stop, and gives the ball back to their offense.
So 11:56 here to go to start our 4th quarter. They'll take over from the 24-yard line. We've seen that a lot today, a lot of turnover on downs. But Ardrey Kell stays in front. Rodriguez trying to get involved in the play. Rodriguez now, oh, he fumbled the football and able to recover. Did Ardrey Kell get back on it in time? Yes, they did. Wow. Everybody take a deep breath.
Justin Bossert saves the day for Ardrey Kell. He slips. Rodriguez, and then it's knocked out. Great play there by their leading tackler for Providence, Colton Bogan. And luckily for the Knights, Bossert is there to fall on it.
Big sigh of relief on that Ardrey Kell sideline.
Who's going to blink first, Court? Who's going to blink?
2nd and 11. They're going to hand the ball this time and play a little bit safe there as they hand that right guard up the middle, and a gain for about a few, maybe 2 or 3 there.
You know, I was thinking about something over the course of the break. It's hard to beat the same team twice in the season. It's especially hard to beat them twice in a week. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
We're seeing it right now.
Got to give a lot of props to this Providence defense. Other than the first drive and that long play there by Rodriguez, they have played well tonight. Going to dump this one off and tackled for a gain of about 3. And that'll be a quick 3 and out for that Ardrey Kell offense, and they'll punt it away.
You really think you're going to be able to get past Shelton here? He's playing in the middle of the field. He's got one job. Read, react. Wherever the action is, Shelton is. And speaking of action, he's going back now to get the punt. Can you say all-purpose?
Shelton back to, and the fumble back at the goal line, going to step on it. He's hit back at the line. They might say forward progress will stop him at the 2, and that is exactly what happened. You just mentioned it. Who will blink first? And now Providence is in business.
This game is bonkers. And I think the punter is still down. The ball gets away. The tackle is made. They're going to say it's inside the 5-yard line. That is a tough break for Ardrey Kell, and Providence has their best opportunity to score of the night.
So as the punter is down for Ardrey Kell, got to wonder if in that moment, obviously, as it turned the ball upfield, but would it have made more sense to kick in the back of the end zone for a safety?
You know, you're trying to make a play and do something that minimizes the damage a bit. But you see Brady Roberts there, who's still down. Your point is valid, though, Ford. You know, it's good to see him up.
He was favoring that right leg, got wrapped up there as he was trying to keep that ball. So it will end up not being a safety. Take another look here, AB.
Yeah, watch the snap. It's low and off a bit to the right. I mean, he just didn't have a lot of room, even if he had tried to fall on it. But, you know, he's trying to make a play. I mean, it's a disaster once that you don't have room, you don't have space. They're trying to make a whole lot happen after that snap gets away.
Well, no, Caleb Vine's not in the game. Oh, he lost the football and dropped snap there at the 2-yard line. So a near disaster again for Providence.
Snap does recover. Loss of 1 yard for the Panthers. Going to be second goal from the 3.
I asked the question, who would blink? Looks like everybody's blinking a bit right now. You got to think nerves start to get into your system a bit here as well. Just got to settle down a bit. But Providence, you have been gifted with an opportunity.
Caleb Vines, one of the first players right at the 25, watching it happen. Maybe a bit of a tush push here from the 2. Under center, trying to push the pile forward. Forward progress might stop him right there at the 2. So again, Ardrey Kell defensively makes a stop there. So now it's going to bring up 3rd down from maybe about the 2.
And Vines is coming back in now. And why not go to him here?
So from the 2-yard line, they tried the tush push. It got him a yard.
They've got Vines and Williamson, both running backs here in on this play. And we talked about how they like to use Vines sometimes as receiver in the slot. He's on the right side.
3rd and goal from the 2. Williams to his right. You got Vines in the slot on the right. You see him there, number 2. Low snap throws to the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Intended there for Wellsman Johnson, and that's a killer.
Low snap. There's another flag coming now. But low snap, Jones with some contact. Ardrey Kell folks are arguing that that ball was not catchable. But as the replay was going on, we had another flag thrown.
Got to wonder if there was some disagreements there from the Ardrey Kell sideline of some of the players that are on the field. As you see it right there at the 5-yard line.
This definitely looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody.
So one of our coaches from the Ardrey Kell sideline talking to Khalil Leak as he makes his way back on the field.
Please don't go over the top.
As far as moving the ball, if it is, either way, it's going to make it a 1st down. Won't move the ball very much forward except a couple inches.
So we got the pass interference, then dead ball. Oh, it's on the defense.
We have 2 penalties, both on
That's right. But they're both on Ardrey Kell. So it was Ardrey Kell had to be arguing about the call.
Both against the Knights.
And both of them end up against Ardrey Kell's defense. And so now
you got to imagine you have 4 opportunities to go 1 yard.
I mean, you're breathing on the goal line here.
And they're going to bring Colton Bogan, the middle linebacker. He's going to be set up in the fullback position to try and find the end zone for the first time today. 8:19 to go. 1st and goal. Gonna give it to Vines. Vines finds pay dirt, and Providence is on the board, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
The power of a couple of penalties, right? Remember how all of this started. The bad snap on the punt. Roberts trying to make a play. Gives the ball to Providence inside the 5-yard line. And for Caleb Vines, it's just too easy at that point.
Kazi's already missed 1 field goal today from 32. A late flag comes in from the far side. This could be big. And it's going to be offside on Ardrey Kell. Now that makes it a little bit interesting here. Now as this moves a little bit closer to the goal line, do you entertain an opportunity to go for 2? It looks like they're going to keep the field goal unit out there.
It's tempting though, right?
Yeah, they're looking at the sideline if they want to decline it. And yes, they will decline it, yes.
High school special teams is always an adventure though, I'll tell you that.
Already a missed field goal today from 33. Now on for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, and that kick is good. 8:17 to go, And we got a tie ball game. Everybody take a deep breath. The final 8-17 when we come back.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Tie ball game here. 7-7 your score. I'm Brody Ford Martin here with you as Providence, after the low snap on the punt, Providence takes advantage of the turnover, and they have tied this ball game here, AB.
Well, I asked the question a little bit ago, who would blink? And you just hated for Roberts there after the bad snap for Ardrey, Kell. Brady Roberts trying to make a play. Good to see that he got up and walked off on his own power. But if you are Ardrey, Kell, it's time for a reset. You got a fresh start here. It's a new ball game. You've got to get back to what's been working. See if you can get Rodriguez involved in the offense. See if you can get Jeremiah Jones to make some plays on the outside. This offensive line has done a better job against this Providence defense of silencing their most dangerous defensive lineman, that's dangerous threat up front. See if you can use that to your advantage and get a nice solid drive going here.
How does Ardrey Kell respond? Respond with a quick quarterback keeper across the 20 and enough for about a 4-yard pickup.
We talked about Jared Curtis, and the reality is he wants to do whatever it takes to win. Watch him just sort of slip it, and then slipping and sliding and cutting and finding space to get whatever yardage he can. It's the heart of a champion right there, trying to make a big play.
7:45 to go.
Got to stay with positive plays here as you go forward. Can't afford to get behind its sticks.
A cut and nowhere to go. Stuffed back there on the give as Rivas found nowhere to go, and it brings up a 3rd and 5.
I tell you, man, Colson Bogan, he's that dude. Just 5'11", 185, but he's so physical, man. And as a middle linebacker, you have such a massive responsibility because you kind of got to be everywhere. Wherever the ball is, you have to be. And Bogan fits the bill. He is that guy.
Rolls right. He has a lot of room if he wants to try it. And he's going to run, and he's going to be tackled. Maybe hesitated just a bit too much, had some room to run, and he'll be trapped up about a few yards short of the marker. And another back-to-back 3 and outs for this offense.
That's a great tackle, too, by Bogan. Goes low and cuts those legs from underneath Curtis, who wants to run and take off.
So Brady Roberts, after taking that hit, he is back to punt.
And to be honest with you, I would try to keep this ball away from Shelton. This is not the time to try him. He is so dangerous.
He's at the 45. Good snap this time. Had a chance and a good punt. And it's going to take a Providence bounce right at the 40, maybe 41-yard line.
So they didn't quite kick it away from him, but he didn't touch it, so I guess that's a win, I suppose. Let's see if Luke Metter can settle down a little bit here, settle into this game a little bit more. After a bit of a rough third quarter, they got the gift. There's a flag down.
I think we got a hold, or excuse me, a block in the back.
Block in the back is the call against
And that's going to move Providence back some more.
It's going to move the ball back a few yards.
So a big opportunity right here.
Moves them
for
from
Providence.
the 40 to the 30 for. Here's the other thing. 6 minutes left. There are not too many more possessions left in regulation here. How will Providence, from an offensive standpoint, how will West Ward in this offense, how will they strategize here?
Their defense has done the job today.
It's up to the offenses now. Somebody's got to make a play.
Ardrey Kell, they've also had a couple interceptions today. Also some more, could have had some more opportunities for some interceptions. Going to get this one to right up the middle. And Williams, as he bounces outside, nowhere to go. And a late flag comes in. And Williamson has his helmet off. Initial reaction would believe that he got ripped off by a Knight, but we'll see what the call is going to be.
Yeah, he's got to come off the field for at least a play. Got a personal foul. And a face mask on Ardrey Kell.
Dr. Ardrey Kell had him backed up.
So they lost 10, and then they get more back after the penalty. Things just get tight in the playoffs, man. These are two tight teams, desperate to win.
And what a difference a week makes. We came into this game, Providence was all over Ardrey Kell last week. 7 days ago, 28-14 they won that game. It's been all Ardrey Kell, at least on the offensive side when there really hasn't been much. And it all was a low snap on the punt. Providence pounced on it, and we have a tie game here in the first round of our playoffs with under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. They'll give it to Vines. A flag comes in just as it was snapped. And it'll be a false start, and back him up 5.
Let's see here. We had some early movement. You've got to jump into the neutral zone, but he got back. Into the neutral zone that time was number 32, Jaden Price, the D lineman.
Al-Jabir read that one nicely if that would have stood. Would have blown that up immediately there on Vines. So after the back and forth, the penalties, they will restart back at the 40. Off the screen, runs right to his own player, and then gonna blow it up. Nice play there again by Aiden Fong, who's just been about everywhere for this Ardrey Kell defense.
It's a little bit of a miscommunication there because you need Matthews. You need a little bit more space between Matthews and the receiver Chase Taylor there so that Taylor actually has somewhere to run. That time he smacked right into Matthews, who was trying to block for him out on the edge.
Tough assignment trying to block that senior Aiden Fong there on the edge. But now brings up a 2nd and 15. They need to get to the Ardrey Kell's 45. Pump plate goes. He's got a receiver, and it's dropped. Oh, and that was 6 written all over it for Sean Matthews. Went right through his hands.
Sean Matthews is their big catch wide receiver. Gets off the line of scrimmage well. And oh man.
He had it. That's a potential go-ahead score right there for Providence, and that one's going to hurt.
I don't think Khalil Leak, the Ardrey Kell defender, got a hand on it. Matthews has got to bring that one in.
But enough to Calls a little bit of a delay there on Matthews' part, and he's not able to bring it in. Now Providence faces a 3rd and 15. Metter going to throw across his body, across the field, and dangerous looking throw over there towards the 40, and Providence comes up empty again, a chance to move down the field.
So I think that time you say, you know what, we didn't get it to Matthews the last play, so they try and go to him again, but that one was a bit forced. And once again, Providence is lucky that that one was not picked off. How many more possessions are we going to get out of this game here? 4.5 left for it, not much time left.
A lot of 3 and outs that we're seeing, and kudos to both defenses, keeping both the offenses in check. And they're bringing the pressure right here. Good job getting that one off. Able to hold on to this one. He dropped his last one, moves right, and gets nowhere. Maybe got about 2 on the return. So here comes Jared Curtis. An opportunity with 4:26 to go. Their offense has not moved the ball here in this second half. It's been 3 and outs after 3 and outs. Can they get the first down and move the ball here and get an opportunity to strike and take the lead?
It's so interesting how you game plan here because, I mean, you'd love to run the football and run clock, but Providence's defense has not really allowed for that to the degree that Ardrey Kell wants to. But you need time from the offensive line to help the quarterback have a clean pocket so we can. That's when Curtis is at his best. Curtis needs a clean pocket so that he can do his best work, standing tall, looking over the defensive coverage and making a smart decision.
Going to have a quick timeout here is going to be called here by Providence. And the question is, how do you get Rodriguez more involved in this game? We saw it on the first drive, had a 40-yard scamper down the far sideline, and then obviously had the drop, but responded with a nice touchdown, broke 2 tackles, got the score. That was on the first drive. Since then, Ardrey Kell, they've moved the ball a time or 2 down the field. They've come up empty inside the 25-yard line. Now, how do you finish? How do you get Rodriguez more involved in this offense?
You know, I'm trying to think is there another trick left in the bag for Greg Jackham in this Ardrey Kell offense? Is there something that Providence has not seen here? We've seen a lot of the screen action, right? We've seen a lot of running between tackles. We've seen a lot of running left tackle side, right tackle side. We've seen all of that. What does Ardrey Kell have here that Providence has not seen? Of course you want to get the ball to Rodriguez. Of course you want to get the ball to Jeremiah Jones. But also I want you to think about this. It is so important right now for Jared Curtis to make good decisions. Even if you end up going to overtime, that's better than making a bad decision and giving Providence this game.
They start this drive for the 23, and that's not how you want to start a drive here. It'd be a false start. It'll back them up 5, and that's a problem that we've seen with Providence here in the second half, facing long second downs, but it all comes down obviously on this first down as far as how they can move the ball and just these long down situations they've been facing today.
The left tackle, Kari Williams, moved. And that does nothing for the rhythm that you want to get into because you're already playing behind. And this is just not the situation you want to be in where you're facing these first and long, second and long. Your play calling becomes more predictable. These defensive players have an even better chance to read and react.
Skippers his way to about the 20 and a pickup of maybe 3. Gotta wonder here if you're Ardrey Kell. The run game has really done nothing for you here as of late. Gotta wonder if you're gonna see a shot here from Jared Curtis. He's second in the conference in passing yards. Gotta wonder if he might take that shot.
And it kind of depends on how Greg Jackham is thinking here. Does he want to be conservative and hope that his defense can hold Providence and force overtime? Or does he want to take his shot? We're about to find out on second and long.
3:49 to go. Play action. Rolls out of it. And he's taken down. Sacked once again. And who else? It's Keelan Shelton.
Curtis is going to be seeing Shelton in his nightmares tonight. Gets past Kari Williams again, the left tackle, and just messes things up. And now, this is an unwinnable situation for Ardrey Kell. It's 3rd and forever. And you got to hope that you can catch Providence napping here. You got to hope. You know they're going to be playing coverage 9 times out of 10. And you got to hope that maybe you can get something underneath, get a receiver out in space, and make a play.
3rd and 21. Got to be careful here. Providence, they're bringing it. Here comes Shelton. And down he goes. As you said, in his nightmares, back-to-back sacks. Keelan Shelton, he's on fire.
And sometimes your playmakers just make a better play. Once again, just one quick outside move, then back inside. And Kari Williams, slow of foot, not able to catch up to Shelton, who's already by him before you can blink, and is right on the back of the quarterback, Jared Curtis.
Been a tough day for Kari Williams.
Yeah, it
going
has.
right up against Keelan Shelton. Now an important punt here. It's a low punt, not a very good one. And we might have a timeout that was called. It was going to be a false start. And they better be thankful for that false start, because immediately you're right there. It looked as if Williamson caught that at the 20, and he had room to run.
But you know what? I'm thinking about what Greg Jackham told us before the game. He said even last week, our offensive linemen were moving slower than Providence's defense. And on that last play, you saw Kari Williams was in slow motion, and Shelton was sped up.
Good snap, gets it off quick, good punt. Regarding the circumstance, that goes through Vine's hands, has to run back and pick it up right at the 40, sidesteps his way across the 30, along the sideline, he cuts through the middle, drags his way to the 15-yard line. Caleb Vines putting on a show. He dropped the punt, he recovered, and with 1:46 to go, Providence is in business.
From disaster to delight. This thing looked rough. Watch him get away from one, cut, and then the vision. Do I have another hole? Yes, I can cut and find it. And ends up inside the 15-yard line. That could be the way. If Providence wins this game, that'll be the moment where they said, we feel like we've got it.
Now remember, Ardrey Kell, they stopped Providence on 3 downs from the 1-yard line, but there was a pass interference call that kept the drive alive. Providence, the next play from the 1, gave it to Caleb Vines, and he found the back of the end zone with 8 minutes to go in the game. So Ardrey Kell is known for stopping Providence in the red zone, at least on those 3 downs. Now, does Providence, how do they respond? They give it to Vines. He runs right guard, and he'll pick up a few.
Get Colton Bogan back in there blocking for you. Now the timeouts become a factor as well. Ardrey Kell is now down to 1. This is an interesting dance that Providence is dancing here. Check that, 2 timeouts left for Ardrey Kell and 2 left for Providence. I don't think you can worry about time here if you're Providence. You just got to score. You're not trying to pull a New England Patriots type move where you score as late as possible. Get it to the end zone here. Trust your defense to make the plays that need to be made to win this game.
Also a note, Jamison Causey missed from 33 yards in the second quarter on the other side of the field. Want to keep that in the back of everyone's head already. He did make an extra point, though.
It'd be about 29 yards from here, so pretty close to, it was on the other side of the field, but pretty close in terms of the yardage.
Vines in the gun there with Metter. Minute 42 to go. 2nd and 8 from the 12. Play action. Throws to the end zone. Oh, he finds his tight end. Touchdown. Alex Haywood. And Providence with 1:39 to go. They have the go-ahead score. Off the slant. Alex Haywood.
I'm 6'5". I can get good inside positioning on a defender that is smaller than me and give a great target for my quarterback for the touchdown. That's what Haywood did.
We do have a Providence player down, and they are attending to him currently right now at about the 12. Not sure exactly who that is
Don't quite have that number just yet.
so a tough break there for that young man, but Providence, however, with the touchdown with 1:39 to go. Makes it a 13-7 score pending the extra point. And a couple players in this Providence team take a knee. Bit of mixed emotions here.
Still trying to make out that number. It's Travion Pegues, number 75, the offensive lineman, 6'8", 325. Good to see the junior up.
And good to see him favoring that left foot. Tough break to see for that young man who's played a key part in helping them get that touchdown. Just enough breathing time for the quarterback in Luke Metter. So Providence now coming out for the extra point, already 1 for 1 on the evening. High snap, good hold, and the kick is good. 1:39 from deciding who is going to number 2 seed West Charlotte next week. And Providence and Alex Haywood said, we'll raise our hand, we're game.
I mean, it was too easy, right? It's man coverage, and it's probably something Providence has been hoping for all night. Ardrey Kell is loading up the box with extra defenders. You leave Haywood on an island with a defender much smaller than him, and Haywood is so good and so talented and so big at 6'5". He makes one quick move to the inside, and he's wide open, and all the quarterback has to do is give it to him, and he did.
Well, now it comes down to Jared Curtis. The senior leads the 7A, 8A conference, as we mentioned, in touchdown passes, and he's going to need another one here.
He's got 2 timeouts, so he's got some time here.
So the crowd on their feet, trying to watch the 7 seed take down the 10 and trying to win in a rematch from what was 7 days ago. Providence won that game, 28-14. So now, with 2 timeouts to go, Jared Curtis making his way out into the field. Last-minute conversation.
Well,
if they can move down the field 80 yards.
His coach said of Jared Curtis, he's a dream to coach. He has no ego. He was born to be a quarterback at Ardrey Kell, and he will do whatever it takes to win. Well, sir, you've got 1:39 seconds. This is your moment, Jared Curtis. Let's see what you got.
3 receivers on the bottom, 1 at the top. Rolls left, and he'll just throw it away. And really, AB, he had no one open.
I want to give Bolt Wilton, number 12 in black, credit for how he was just clinging to Khalid Rodriguez, the star receiver for Ardrey Kell. In a moment like that, you want to look for your star players, but Bolt Wilton, the 6'1 linebacker, was stuck like glue to him and discouraged the quarterback from throwing that way.
Oh, a nice inside cut move by Shelton. Curtis will rack his way through. He's off, and he will pick up the first down. That will stop the clock momentarily with 1:26 to go. That's the first time that Ardrey Kell has moved the sticks since midway to the 3rd quarter. And here's Shelton. He'll throw it away. Good play there by Curtis as he had Shelton running right after him.
Okay, I mean, with Shelton, my goodness. What can he not do? How much energy does this guy have? I mean, look at him. Hands on his knees. He's spent. He is spent, but he's used it all. What a valiant effort. Almost had another sack.
2nd and 10, 1:19 to go. Here's Curtis. Curtis under pressure throws, and that one is caught there by Rodriguez. Now move it to make it a 3rd and about 4, maybe 5. Minute to go, clock running. Curtis now under pressure. Flag is down. This is going to be a hold. And he's going to launch this downfield to the 45. And this one's going to come back. And if you saw it right there, as much as we did there, AB, a hold there on Shelton. He was getting right to the quarterback.
Out of bounds, intended for number 85. We do have a flag on the play.
I'm trying to get some clarity there because they were blowing the whistle as though the play was dead. We clearly saw the hold. Okay. Just strange to me how quickly they were blowing the whistles there. Look at Shelton. Man, he is exhausted. He's exhausted, but he's making so many plays. Hands on hips. What a remarkable young talent. It's been a pleasure to watch him.
It really has.
Especially on defense.
And you talked about it. In the nightmares of Jared Curtis this entire evening. Imagine facing that player back-to-back weeks.
And it's like as the game has gone on, he's become more impactful. He is their Micah Parsons.
3rd and 14 after the penalty. Curtis now under pressure and tries to escape. He does. Curtis going to launch it deep down the field. Intended there, and it is caught! Jeremiah Jones! What looked like a sack. We got a player down for Providence just past the 50, and sliding with the catch is Jones on a big-time play with 38 seconds to go.
That's Liam Drayton who's down. But oh my word, what a play by Jared Curtis. Shelton is there, and somehow he squirts away. Somehow he gets away and puts this ball on the money to Jeremiah Jones, who makes the biggest play of the game for this Ardrey Kell offense.
Liam Drayton able to get on his feet. That's good to see. Look, he was cramping up there a little bit, running back there to get onside. Also want to note, the Knights still have 2 timeouts remaining. They got to go 34 yards.
Are they going to keep sending Shelton after the quarterback, or are they going to drop him back in coverage?
Here comes Shelton again. Curtis will step up, has some room to run, side steps his way, and back pedals across the 30. And a gain of about 7. I believe you might see a timeout here by the Panthers, the Knights. And yes, we do.
You got to call a timeout there, because once you run that ball and you stay in bounds, you're going to lose time. The advantage of having a couple of timeouts to play with now, with just 1 timeout left, you don't really want to take chances, a lot of chances of running the football here. This ball has got to go in the air. But you have got to know where Keelan Shelton is at all times. And even if it means having an extra blocker back there, an extra pass protector back there, you've got to make sure you lock him down. You cannot afford to have Shelton be the reason you don't get a pass into the end zone here.
So it'll be 2nd and 4 from the 27, 29 seconds to go. 1 timeout remaining for the Knights. On our WCCB Charlotte Game of the Week, round 1.
Wes Ward said that Keelan Shelton is the best raw athlete that he's ever coached.
2nd and 4. Going to throw here to the 25, and falls down is Bozert. The Panthers will take that all day. Clock running, 14 seconds to go. Got to go quick here. Got to wonder if they take a strike. Curtis steps up. Curtis breaks one. Need a timeout here quick with 4 seconds to go. A lot of clock ran off right there. Last play of the game coming up.
I honestly thought they were going to call the timeout after the last play to give yourself 2 shots to throw the ball towards the end zone. Now you got 1 shot. This is it. This is the ball game.
No timeouts remaining. Not enough time to throw a quick one to the sideline. And frankly, I don't think it's worth the chance to try that. the risk of running out of time. So 14-7. Need a touchdown here from inside the 19. Their last 3 attempts from inside the 25, they've come up empty. What do they have here?
Who is guarding Kylie Rodriguez?
Top of the screen.
They're playing soft. They're willing to give up stuff underneath.
What does Keelan Shelton have in left in the battery? Steps back. Curtis going to throw a short slant to the 5, and he's not going to get there. Panthers are going to win the football game, and they will advance to play the 2nd seed West Charlotte next weekend. Five yards short, and they don't get there.
And look at this young man here, Keelan Shelton. He has given it all. And even on the plays where he's not getting a sack, so much of this second half, all we talked about was Keelan Shelton. What an effort. And what a win for Providence.
And what a ball game. Toward the very end of that 4th quarter, Ardrey Kell had the lead 7-0 for the majority of the game, and Providence is able to pounce in the final 12 minutes. The mishap on the punt, and they capitalize the touchdown, and then off the punt again, special teams able to get them into the end zone. So that's going to do it from us tonight here, AB. 14-7 your score. Final thoughts.
Great win, defensive effort. They stepped up and made the big plays down the stretch. Huge win for Providence. 2nd straight win over Ardrey Kell. It was a classic.
I want to thank you for our entire team for the night's production work on our WCCB Charlotte Game of the Week. Alongside Armin Brody, I'm Ford Martin saying good night. Panthers win 14-7. They advance to West Charlotte next weekend. You ain't kidding, man. Dude, he was out of gas at the end of that one.
I thought he was going to throw up.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to throw up.
He fell in his coach's hands.
Yeah. I thought he was going to throw up. I did.
After that game, he just fell right in it. He's like, I'm done. And welcome back here to Panther Field on our WCCB Charlotte game of the week. Oh, sorry. I thought you like 3, 2, 1. My bad. Sorry about that.
I'm counting you down to that.
Oh, sorry, dude. My bad. Yeah. And welcome back here to our WCCB game of the week from Panther Field. Ardrey Kell drops today's match to Providence, where they will move on to number 2, West Charlotte. Armin Brody, Ford Martin here with you. Armin, what a match. What a game. Toward the very end, they capitalized at the very end. And Providence, after a couple of they saw the punts at the very end, low snap, took advantage of it. And special teams really played a big difference maker on giving Providence the win today.
Special teams played a huge part. And when special teams wasn't playing a huge part, Keelan Shelton took over. Let's recap this game a bit. You got the score from Rodriguez in the first quarter to make it 7-0 Ardrey Kell. That was an 8-yard touchdown. And then we went a while without points. Right here is Vines, Caleb Vines taking that one into the end zone after some missed opportunities by Ardrey Kell. We really saw a lot of that on both sides throughout the night. And here is the one that ended up being the game winner, the touchdown pass to number 9, the tight end, Alex Haywood. That's all the scoring we had. Plenty of turnovers, miscues, special teams mistakes. It was beautiful. It was ugly. It was brilliant. It was everything we could ask for. And Providence gets a great win, 14-7. They head on to play West Charlotte next week.
14-7 your score for my partner Armand Brody. I'm Ford Martin saying good night from Panther Field. This has been a WCCB Charlotte Game of the Week presentation.